Hi, everybody. This is Erica from In the Company of Cards. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here for a minute. This will be brief. There's just a few questions that I want to look at, and I have a busy day today, but it is Wednesday, and I said I'd be here, and so here I am. Um, I should mention there's someone impersonating me or trying to, I feel like, on Substack. So just know my Substack's called In the Company of Cards. My name is spelled Erika Robinson, just like you would think Robinson would be spelled. And I would not solicit you for anything either here nor on Substack. So the price of a teeny bit of fame, right? Okay. So the first thing that I wanted to look at is that there seems to be a kind of uh, what is the term? Sea change in the approach of the Democrats, and it's a good sea change. I would like to know if this is sort of a temporary, what, resuscitation, or whether this is the permanent new game plan. I'm talking specifically, of course, about the governor of my birth state, which is Illinois, so Governor Pritzker, and the governor of my adopted state, Gavin Newsom, who are really punching down on 47 in ways that I will leave you to look up in the news. But it's really a beautiful sight to behold. The Texas Democrats are holding fast to their stance. Uh, the blue states are saying, if you all gerrymander, we're going to gerrymander. If you redistrict, we're going to redistrict. And of course, the Republicans are crying foul, whatever. But, the days of when they go low, we go high are long gone. And so I just want to know whether we can sort of start to feel a little bit optimistic about the fact that the Democrats have come out of their coma and are going to really start to fight for our republic, which is, of course, on the line. So I think, let's see, we're talking really about fighting fire with fire. So I think I'll use the scythe. You know, they used to say that the Democrats bring um, a knife to a gunfight. And I just want to know whether that knife that they're bringing is, also one of those newfangled things that also is a gun. So I just want to know how will this go. So we'll use the scythe for this new approach that the Democrats are using against you know who. Okay. Again, the details you can look up on your own. I'm not the news. I'm just a card reader. So, uh, but take it from me, there definitely is a new breeze blowing in the wind, which is really good. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So the answer is yes. This is their new permanent stance. There won't be any kind of backtracking or retreating. Full steam ahead is what the ship tells us. Stork, this is a positive change. This is what many of us have been saying since before November, the fateful November. So this is great. This is their hardline stance. It is going to cause a lot of trouble for the current administration. So I think that's great. Pay attention to the many ways in which I suspect the Democrats will be coming out swinging, and not in a defensive posture, but in a really aggressive, assertive way. Let's pull a couple of cards on this stance. Okay, so on the scythe, which is this new approach by the Democrats to really play hardball, we have the tree because it took them long enough. Remember, the tree is a very, very slow card. They had to get over their shock and awe, whatever, I don't even know, get themselves together, figure out their new stance, but it took a long time. But they have, in fact, gathered and talked and um, come up with a strategy that is kind of, it out bullies the bully. And the Republicans are not used to this. So they are ganging up together to outbully the bully. Again, it took them forever, but here we are. This causes a lot of problems for the Republicans who thought that that above all, the Democrats were about peace, kumbaya, reaching across the aisle, you know, and that's why they thought they could get over on them. But what they didn't realize is this is the card for plenty. And and there are enough Democrats in all of the different states. You know, this is really a governor's thing and a state thing. And the states are ganging up together in ways that the Republicans have not seen coming at them. So the days of being passive and kumbaya-ish are over, and this causes the problem for Republicans. You know, as I mentioned, I'm sure I've mentioned more than once, we are in a something of a cold civil war, and this is part of that. So this is the government, the Republicans, being blocked and resisted at every turn, and the people writ large, the people being really happy about it. Everybody being really happy about it. I can mirror that sun with the ship because do we not all want to be past this? So, I mean, I think it's a banner day um, that will turn into a banner week, that will turn into several banner months that get better and better for us, worse and worse for 47 for myriad ways, myriad reasons, in myriad ways. Okay. So the other question of the hour that everybody's talking about, and is it true, and what does that mean, is Maxwell, Ghislaine, Maxwell being approved for work release. Now, this doesn't mean that she has a job lined up at, I don't know, a girls' high school, because God forbid. She doesn't, it's not like she has a job lined up, but the fact of the matter is somebody overrode all of the rules and regulations, checked the box that gave her, as you have heard, the same sweetheart deal that Acosta gave Epstein back in the day, where he was allowed to leave jail in the morning, stay out all day, do whatever, and he was doing whatever, and then go back to jail at night. Now, it doesn't mean that Epstein is, I mean that Maxwell has a job. Nobody's saying that, but she's been approved. So what I want to know is, all of this was negotiated, of course, by her when she was working with Trump's second in command at the DOJ. What I want to know is what the end game is, because I don't think her end game is, well, yeah, I'll do the next however many years she's got left. What, 16 years? So maybe she's been in there for 4 years. Uh, the next 16 years, I'll just leave and come back and leave and come back and leave and come back. That's not going to be enough for her. We know that that her end game is to be released. Now, okay, first question is, will she be released? Now, 47, and I will look at this maybe a different time at another time, although maybe today, I don't know. 47 will not serve out his entire term. I've seen that. Others have seen that. So, but generally, these commutations or these pardons are given at the end of a presidential term. If his presidential term, if he were to serve that term out, obviously it would be in 27, the end of 27, all right, right? Because he would be out in 28. That's when she would be released. But if he leaves early, leaving means leaving. So could he give her a pardon then? I'll look at that in a minute. But I just would like to know, what is the end game? I know what hers is. It's to be released, to be free, to go wherever. I would like to know what the government's end game is because, well, that's what I want to know. What is their plan that we don't know for Maxwell? And Maxwell can't be so naive as to think that everything is what it looks like on the surface. So I'm going to use the book. The book is for things that are hidden. And what we're asking is to please be shown what is being hidden. Like what is the plan for Maxwell, according to the government? She doesn't know, we don't know, but the government knows. So let's look at for the book, and we're hoping that that will tell us something about what the government long-term plan is for Maxwell, who, may I just remind you, poses a threat, an existential threat to 47 and who knows how many other people. Okay, so we're looking for the book. What is the government plan vis-a-vis Maxwell? Because she's done her job. She said that, oh, he had nothing to do with it. 47 is pure as the driven snow. So, what do they want to do? This is the government's secret plan for Maxwell. I will draw clarifiers, but these are really interesting cards. We have the anchor, we have the scythe. This is the plan. We have the ship, and we have the letter. Okay, so let's go through these cards and then I will draw clarifiers. The immediate thought that I had, I was raised in New York. I was there in the 70s. Um, the immediate thought that came to me with the anchor is, what the mob would do with people who they didn't want to have around as, you know, inconveniences, we'll say. I lived for a time, we lived in the projects. If you don't know what a project is, you could look that up. But we lived in the projects, and the projects were overlooking the East River. And there was many a body that was weighted down and to sleep with the fishes in the East River. So then I'm thinking, oh, Erica, it's just an anchor. What do you mean? Except that I get confirmation by the second card. This is the card for um, unaliving. Unaliving. And I mean, it looks like it's violent, but it may not be violent. I don't know. Uh, Here's the plan. And I'll draw clarifiers on it. This can be anything. And well, not anything. This is a conveyance. So this, even though we're looking at a ship here, this could be an airplane, this could be a car, this could be a bicycle. It's a conveyance. The thing is, um, I can mirror this fourth card with what? The second card. Could it be, I don't know, a fortuitous car accident or carbon monoxide poisoning in a conveyance? Somebody being garroted from the back when they're in the front. I think something will happen in a car to her. And then the last card is the letter. The thing is, the letter is all of the information. This is what I'm saying. She's not so unsophisticated that she doesn't realize that no matter what she's told, she continues to be a danger. She's not dumb enough to think that 47 will accept on her word, uh, to accept on 47's word that, okay, so you told us what we wanted. 47's in the clear. Thank you so much for your service and have a nice life. No, she has secreted information, whether you want to call it the list or not. Information, all the information that she has is with someone or some series of someones. So, in other words, in the case of my unfortunate demise in a conveyance, uh, the news will come out. But we have Keystone Cops as head of this operation, right? So they think that by doing her in, they bury the information that she has, but that's not true. She's made all kinds of contingency plans. Todd Blanche knows that. Bondi knows that. 47's got to know it. But because they're the Keystone Cops, I feel like the theory is, okay, well, we'll deal with that when the time comes. For now, she is an inconvenience. So, everybody all up in arms because she has been approved for work release. Just hold on to your hats. All right, so let's pull some clarifiers. Uh, yeah, okay. It's like a mystery, right? I didn't draw clarifiers on the anchor, but I did draw clarifiers on this violence card. Um, you know, Ghislaine, thank you so much for helping us out here and, giving 47 a pass. Um, but we quickly need you. Do I need to explain any further? Um, Allegedly and entertainment purposes only. I think it's very clear. For her services, she will be quickly dispatched. Okay, this is the plan. Clarifiers are the ring, the child, and the stork. The plan. Well, the ring, they've done this before. Jeffrey did not hang himself. Entertainment purposes only. They've done this before, so they can do it again. And she's a woman. She won't be expecting it. So it'll be easier. It'll go better. She'll just disappear. Or they'll say she, unalived herself, and they will set it up so that it looks like that. So here's the conveyance that she will be in, and the snake is never good. Um, then we have the tree and the crossroads. So that just makes me think that this won't happen right away. We still have some time to wait. It's also the card for health, and the snake together with the health means health card with the tree means that her health is in danger. Um, and if they can't do it one way, they'll do it another way. Here, though, are is her information that she has, the file or whatever you want to call it. This is Maxwell's information. And here's the thing, key, rider, and fish. I think it's in multiple places besides just in her head. It's in multiple places, and it will come out because the rider is about news coming out. It will come out from various sources, and we will get answers about what she knew or knows. But at that point, it'll be new. Hmm. Well, 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 well. I can't give you a time frame because as I've explained, we function according to chronos, time on the clock, time on the calendar, time on the watch. That's why everybody always asks about time. But, you know, where I'm getting the information from is the fullness of time. And that includes the present, the past, the future, all of it. And so when I translate the information that I'm getting, something always gets lost in translation. If you know a foreign language, you know that. And so timing is the thing that gets lost. But it is inevitable. It will happen. I don't think tomorrow or next week, but at some point she will be given some job opportunity and uh, and then TikTok. Okay. Finally, the last thing I'd like to look at is this meeting that's coming up. 47 can't decide whether it's going to be in Russia or Alaska because I guess he thinks that it's the same thing. Alaska did used to belong to Russia. Could very well be that 47 is trying to dangle Alaska, in front of Putin like a carrot, which is ridiculous, but what is not ridiculous that he does. But anyway, apparently this meeting, the whole idea for the meeting, came from the guy Steve Witkoff. Now, Steve Witkoff is a real estate guy that has zero experience in foreign affairs, negotiating, none of that. He's a real estate guy, does not speak Russian, but he is the emissary that 47 has sent back and forth to negotiate with Putin's people. And apparently, he misunderstood Witkoff, the terms of this meeting. Like, in other words, it could very well be that Putin thinks that he's coming to get more than he's actually going to be able to get. Uh, and 47 could well look like he has egg on his face because the meeting feels very much to me like it'll be, one of those balloons and then there's a hole in it and it flies all over the room and then ends up as a piece of rubber on the floor. How will the meeting go in Alaska on Friday? So we'll use the birds because that's the card for meeting. How will this meeting go between these two men? Theoretically, they're meeting alone with just interpreters, or probably just Putin's interpreter. And since he speaks English, he'll probably say something like, "Oh, I can interpret for both of you." Never a good idea, but you know, You've got Dumb and Dumber representing the US in this. So let's see how that meeting will go. We're looking for the birds, just the card for meetings. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I need clarifiers, but we have the child, the mountain, the birds for standing for the meeting, our not friend, the snake, and the ring. So here's the thing. I explained to you the Witkoff situation. 47, who's, losing brain cells by the second, is going into this thing like the rube that he is, meaning he just doesn't know what he's doing. He thinks he's the great deal maker. He's obviously not the great deal maker, and he's dealing with Putin, and Putin is going to do what he wants to do. And what he wants to do is take all of Ukraine and throw in Eastern Europe while he's at it. So 47 is really on the back foot here. He comes in looking like an idiot, like he doesn't know what he's talking about, which means whatever talks there are stalled. And Putin says, well, you brought me here under false pretenses. What are you talking about? We're going to trade land back and forth. No, 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 no. Here's the deal. The deal is you give me all of Ukraine, and I'll hold on to these pictures that I have of your wife and you, separately, of course, in compromising uh, circumstances. And 47 is going to be like, what? Because he's unprepared. We'll just leave it at that. So Putin's like, yeah, no, pass. We're not doing what you want to do. And this is a problem because 47 has thought that this would be one of the big things that he's doing to distract, of course, from Epstein. But it doesn't turn out that way. And, here we go all over again. It's just back to square one, back to square one. So there will be no agreement, peace pact, um, redistribution of land, capitulation on the part of Zelensky. There will be none of that. And 47 will come back with egg on his face. So those are my Wednesday predictions. I wish all of you well. Thank you for the many lovely comments that you've made. The others are just bibbity bobbity booed, so we don't need to address that. And I will see you again on Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I will be writing on Substack. So if you go over to Substack, it's its own thing, it has nothing to do with YouTube. Go to substack.com, look for In the Company of Cards, and you can see where I write there. And I will be writing something new tomorrow. And then I'll see you again on Friday. All right, everybody, take care. Bye.